they want to engage children in some such kind of activities so that they can learn some different creative things also. But too much project and too much homeworks are not really good for children and as well as parents also. Good afternoon, how are you doing?
Yeah, very good afternoon. I'm doing great. How about you?
Yes, I'm pretty well, thank you for asking. So this is our first session, so can you give your short introduction?
Yeah. May I know, are you YouTuber?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, my name is Mamta Shah. I'm from the Kolkata, West Bengal.
Mhm.
I'm a homemaker. I have a daughter and I have done my graduation. That's all about me.
Okay, perfect. So let me introduce myself as well. My name is Tanuja and I'm from Bhopal city. If I'll talk about my education, so I have done engineering in IT branch, and currently I'm a working professional in one of the software company, and moreover I'm running my YouTube for last 1.5 years. Yeah, that's all about me.
Oh, since you are working as a software engineer,
Yes.
so simultaneously you are running your YouTube channel too.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Oh,
in my
great.
free time you can say that I'm utilizing in this way, uh, like after completing my work.
Great, great. Great.
Okay, may I know about your hobbies? Like, what do you like to do in your free time?
My hobbies are cooking, teaching my daughter. These are my core of interest, I can say.
Okay, nice. And what about this English learning? Like, how did you get this idea to learn this English language? And like, how long you are practicing?
I knew this language in my college, okay, but
Mhm.
because of some reason I didn't practice for many years, I can say. But I used to speak with my daughters, and I have been speaking with her since she was child here, and in this way I practice my English daily with my daughter.
Okay, so you are creating an environment for your daughter.
Yeah, yeah, you can say I'm creating
Oh,
an environment for my daughter.
how old she is?
She is 7 years old.
Okay, nice.
Hmm. Because of that I thought that I should speak, if I know everything, so I should speak speak with her in English. In this way I can create an environment around her. that's
Yeah,
why
exactly,
that's why
exactly.
I'm in this way I can practice my speaking as well as.
Yeah, correct. Because I like we didn't get environment in our time, so that's why we are struggling and we are learning this time. And they will
Yeah,
get chance now, so they can understand. And in our age, they can be very fluent, and they will not
yeah,
face
yeah,
this kind of
yeah,
difficulty.
because when we were young, that time we didn't have this kind of environment and we struggled a lot for English. If
Yeah,
I know, so why shouldn't I give the environment to my daughter?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So that when she grows up, so she will not find any difficulty as we faced in our childhood.
Hmm. Exactly. Yeah, right.
Because of that, I always practice with my daughter, and I always speak with her in 24 hours. In this way, I do practice my speaking practice daily. And
Okay.
I talk about the listening, whenever I get free time, I used to listen. I listen broadcast, conversation video, and in this way I can do my conversation practice too, listening practice too, I can say.
Hmm. Yes, yes. So you are practicing like speaking and listening both the things. Yeah, it is
Yeah,
necessary.
sometime I do my reading practice as well. Whenever I get chance to read, that time I prefer reading. But mostly I do only in listening practice and speaking practice, I can say.
Yes, yes. And that is good that you are practicing it. So, and are you doing it regularly?
Yeah, yeah.
Then
These
it is
two activities I do regular.
hmm because
Because
it is good. I
whenever
will take
I
a break.
do speak with my daughter, I
Mhm.
always speak with her in English only. Because
Okay.
of that, I always get chance to speak with her in English, and in this way I can practice as well as I try to do my speaking practice as well as. by listening the conversation, on YouTube's related English content. On this way, I practice these two aspects of English. Otherwise, I don't do reading and writing practice lot. But I prefer reading sometime, but I don't get time to write anything.
Yes, yes, it happens. Sometimes you can make your schedule like some days you are reading, some days you can write like this. Even I'm also not getting chance to write write anything like on the regular basis. But yeah, whenever I get time, I just try to write something. But not it is not in my habit, I can say. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
doing it listening and speaking regularly, but not these two like reading and writing.
Same, same. I'm not getting to the habit of writing or reading.
Hmm.
But sometimes I get chance to read because I have to explain my daughter everything in English. Because of that, I have to read the book before explaining her. In this way,
Yes. Okay, so are you reading any like any other books like novel and this kind of book?
no. Whenever I get chance, I only read the story books and literature books
Hmm.
because
Okay.
these books, this kind of books, I only like to read because this kind of book I have to explain my daughter.
Hmm. Yeah. Yes, you're
No,
right.
I didn't get the chance because my daughter is just 7 years old now. Because of that, I don't get too much time to do it
Hmm.
in order to reading practice and in order to writing practice.
Yes, yes, you're right. Okay, so do you have any question for me, or shall I ask any random question?
May I ask how long have you been learning English and who inspired you to learn this language?
Okay, so to be honest, like with focus, I am learning it for 1.5 years when I started my channel. From that time onwards, you can say. But before that, also I was speaking in my workplace because in my company it is necessary to speak in English language only because we have to, deal with different clients and customers. So they are from different states, different countries. So
So you
for
must
that,
know.
yeah. So we need to speak in English language. So we
Yeah,
can
you
say
must
that
know
it.
this language.
Yeah, so this is how I inspired because they were speaking very good English and I was not that much of confident and not fluent enough. So I was struggling a lot while talking to them because it was my first time when I started speaking with them. Till my college, I didn't try to speak in English language, and when I joined my company, so it was really challenging that time because suddenly you get into this environment and you have to speak in English. So so 1 years ago, or you can say 1.5 years ago, I decided I should work on my communication and I should build my confidence level anyhow. So I got the idea like if I'll shoot my videos and if I'll upload on YouTube, so maybe I can build my confidence. So this is how I started and I shifted to English language because it is necessary for my career also. And now it is continuously going on, you can say.
Oh, means you mentioned that you didn't try. Okay, you didn't try in order to work on your English on in your college too, because as you mentioned that you belong to engineering college. That time you didn't get environment over there, English
No, so
environment.
we had
Still you were studying in engineering college, and that's why I'm asking this. You didn't get environment over there.
Okay, that's what I'm telling. Like we had subject in English language, but we had no spoken environment. We were speaking in our mother tongue only. So that was the reason.
It means it proves that it proves that you don't get any spoken environment in school, in college.
Mhm. Yes, yes. You can say that we had
whether
reading,
you
like
whether you
reading.
study in engineering college too. Okay, it proves that you don't get environment.
Yeah,
Whether you
exactly.
study in engineering college, whether you study in IT sector, whenever you study, you don't get environment.
Yeah, till my college, I.
Because of that, children are struggling for this language today.
Because we had only subject in English and we had to pass the exam in English language. That's it only. And we had no spoken environment. You can understand that it is quite easy to write an exam, but you cannot speak without any practice and without anything. And when I realized when I was giving interviews for my job, so that time I had to crack interviews in English language only. So
Yeah.
So that time I realized it like how much important English is, and because of communication only I got rejected in many interviews. So
Uh,
yeah, that time it was really.
com- Completely understand. You had to give the viva in English.
Mhm. Yes, yes. And interviews, you have the like you have to explain each and everything in English language. So it was challenging that time because I didn't focus on learning or speaking English language. But yeah, gradually I learned when I came into my company. So here, whenever we have any meetings, so we have to speak in English language, and I'm getting chance to listen other also. So this is how I practiced, you can say. And in the initial time I was making sentence in my head before starting my meeting, so I was translating the thing, and this is how I practiced in my initial time. And now, like I'm getting chance to interact with different co-learners also, so this is how I'm practicing, you can say, and I'm getting, touch with this language.
Don't you? May I ask one question? Don't
Hmm.
you think so? It should be mandatory in the school to teach this subject as a spoken.
Yeah, definitely it should be, because ultimately you will come into this situation that you have to speak in English language, whether
Whether
you
you
have completed in
whether you
Hindi.
complete your study from English medium and Hindi medium, ultimately you will get over there. Whether you get difficulty related to this language.
Yeah, yeah, because you have to
Teacher,
crack interviews in English language, and you have to work with different people. Like you cannot, learn so many languages because India has diverse culture, diverse
uh,
language also. So we cannot, even we don't understand the, South languages. So we cannot learn so many languages. So
we don't need South, we don't need any other language, but we must need Hindi and English. These two languages are compulsory in our society, you can say in our India. If you want to get any job in multinational company, you should know this language very well.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Because ultimately you have to connect with them. So how you can do this? If you don't know English, so how would you connect with them? So this is how we have to learn. But if you will get this chance in your school or college time, so definitely it would be very good for you that you can now, now in this time you will not face any difficulty, especially in your career time. As I'm facing it because I didn't get environment, and like
It's not only you, it's not only you, many of children are struggling with the same problem, because nowadays there is no environment in school. In fact, not nowadays, earlier, I'm talking about earlier, there was no environment in school related to the English. In fact, the teachers, schools knows very well, in fact, that despite knowing everything, they don't try to work on this aspect of English spoken. Okay,
even
only learning, only mugging up anything, it's not going to help us. It's not going to help the children.
yes, yes. Even in some English schools also, it is not mandatory to speak in English. So that's why.
No, no, every school, ma'am only speak everything in English, ma'am explain everything in English, but ma'am don't care whether the children know the English or not, whether they understand or not.
Yeah, 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 you're right. So that's
Because
why.
I'm creating this environment around my daughter so that she can't struggle related to this language. She can't bear anything because of this language. Because I know very well nowadays this language is very crucial. Nobody can do anything without this language.
Yes, yes, you are absolutely right. So how was your weekend?
My weekend was busy as usual because my daughter is 7 years old. So she was provided lots of project during the summer vacation, and I had to make all those projects. And in this way, I spent my weekend making
Okay.
all the projects.
You didn't get chance to go outside?
Oh no, I didn't get chance. In fact, I joined this group 1 week ago, and that time I had to attain only 3 and 4 sessions. After that, I got into means I was busy in the project, and because of that, it's been 4 and 5 days I didn't connect with anyone. And today I got a chance, so I think why shouldn't I connect with anyone? That if you have a daughter or children, you don't get too much time.
Yes, yes, I can understand because I was I was talking to one of other lady also, so she was telling the same thing that she didn't get the chance because of this project and because of her children. So yeah.
Because during the summer vacation na children are provided lots of project. Ma'am or school knows everyone these projects are going to be made by the parents, because the children are not enough, are not able to make this kind of project.
Mhm.
Still they provided this kind of project. Still they are
They
provided
want,
all this
but they
project.
want to keep children busy in this kind of stuff, so that's why.
Children don't busy. Moms are busy in this kind of project.
Okay. Yes, yes, you are right.
They just
You
spoil for vacation, you can see.
moms has to, like, what can I say? उनको again school life जीनी पड़ रही है. Is it
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
I think we shouldn't provide a lot of projects, but yeah, some are good because they want to engage children in some such kind of activities so that they can learn some different creative things also. But too much project and too much homeworks are not really good for children and as well as parents also.
I know. May I know what are your hobbies?
Okay, my hobbies, I love to do drawing and dancing sometimes, and you can say traveling also.
Traveling. Okay. Have you learned the dance, or you can dance without any learning?
No, no, I didn't learn anything, any dance, but I love to do it in my free time. And you can say that I'm not very pro in this thing, but I love to do it just for entertainment purpose. Like whenever I have free time, so I just try to listen any song and try to do any kind of steps. That's it only.
Do you
Yeah,
live with your friends or alone?
I'm living with my family because nowadays I'm working from home. So that's why I'm in my hometown. And if I'll talk about my family members, so I have four siblings and my parents. But my elder sister got married, so now we are six.
Oh, you have four siblings.
Yeah.
Are you a second one? From where have you done your engineering? May I ask?
Yes, I
From
have
where?
done my, like engineering from my hometown itself, like Bhopal.
Bhopal.
Yes.
Okay.
And when I got my job, so it was in different city like Delhi, Noida.
So
So
I,
I
oh,
went there.
means you are working from the Noida. Now you are in your hometown.
Yes, during the COVID, I got this work from home opportunities, so that's why.
So before COVID, you were working from the Noida. Means
Hmm.
working in the Noida. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because of the COVID, you got this opportunity to work from home.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
But it's a better for some, it's especially for the working person. Okay. Because of the COVID, everyone get chance to work from their home.
Yes, yes.
Earlier, we didn't get
And
this chance. You had to go to office every time. But now there are the facilities that you can work at least 3 or 4 days from your home, and you can go to office 2 days or 3 days in a week.
now they are working on this hybrid model, but yeah, before Corona, it was not like that. You have to go to office only, and you have to work from there only. So I was living in PG there, far from my parents. I was living in PG, so it was quite difficult because I completed my schooling and college everything from my hometown. So it was really challenging that time that I shifted to another city. I went there just for 3 to 4 months only, and because of Corona, I came back.
Did you do your schooling or college in from Hindi medium or English medium?
Hindi medium.
Hindi medium, both.
Yes.
Do you prefer speaking with other in English only or Hindi? Means, do you speak with your siblings in English or Hindi?
I speak in Hindi only, but yeah, sometimes I use some of the sentences, like basic sentences in English. They don't even like to, speak in English language.
No,
I don't know why.
you should speak with them in English. In this case, in this case, you can create the environment around them, na.
I try to
Because
speak
you
with
know,
them, but they
now
are
you
not.
know English very well. You are good at English, so you should create this environment so they don't suffer as you suffered earlier.
Yes, but now they are in that age, so they don't, they don't value of this thing. Like,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
now they are not facing any challenges.
yeah, yeah,
Once they will face any challenges now, then only they will realize my sister was saying
yeah.
right.
Really, because they don't need this language now, na. That's why they don't value this language. When
Yeah.
they need, they will become serious about this language.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Now,
use it to make them understand right now. They are not going to understand you.
yes. I always say like you should learn English language. You should try at least simple sentences only. But they are not listening to me. And then I
As
say
I
like,
mentioned that my daughter is 7 years old, so I never taught her tenses. I never taught her translating Hindi from English. I just used to speak with English, and in this way, she learned everything.
hmm,
How to speak in present tense, how to speak in past tense, where I can use the present continuous tense, where can I use the past perfect tense. In this way, she learned everything. Because
and
na, if I try to make her understand the tenses, na, she will feel bored and she will never learn this language.
yes, yes, you're right. And I think, children can learn the things very easily and quickly
Yeah,
also.
they have a
Because,
catch capacity more than us. They can catch easily.
yes, yes, that's why. Because they don't know what the other people will think and all these
They
things.
don't
So
use
that,
too much brain na. They don't use too much brain na. And whenever anyone tries to taught us, teach us, then we use lots of brain. Why should I use here this? Why should I use here that? Why this comes? But our children, they don't use too much. Whenever you try to teach her, you can. They teach, as my mom said this na. They believe us.
hmm,
They
yes,
believe
yes.
us. Don't argue. But whenever anyone tries to teach us, we start arguing. Why
Hmm.
should I use this? How did it happen?
Yeah, right, right. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's very long conversation. Shall we wind up?
Yeah. May I know your feedback? Am I able to speak or not?
Yes, you are able to speak, but yeah, some things we need to work on. Like sometimes it happens that thing we know already, so we try to speak or complete very fast also. And in sometimes we try to get the word also, and sometimes we get slow. So I think we should maintain our pace. Whether I'm also not perfect, but I'm just giving the feedback according to me. So yeah, it will. It depends on your practice, and yeah, definitely you will learn lot of things and lot of things like your facial expression, your gestures, and everything you will learn gradually.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Nice.
much. Bye bye.